Welcome back to my channel. My name is Manu, where I give sight reading tips to piano players. And now I don't know if you know, but about a month ago I started a membership called the Sight Reading Club. And as part of the membership, my plan is to do one interview a month with a guest speaker, someone in the piano industry. And just this week I had my very first interview with Phillip Sear. Now Phillip Sear, in case you don't know, he's a piano accompanist from the UK, and he also has a YouTube channel called PSearPianist, and on this channel he publishes videos of him recording piano works from neglected composers. I thought it would be interesting to chat with him because, first of all, I love the idea of promoting works that are beautiful yet not played often or never played. And also, when you see the rate at which Phillip publishes videos, which is about 2 videos a day, well, that's 2 pieces a day, you would assume that he's a good sight reader. So I wanted to have a chat with him about sight reading, amongst other things. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a few samples from that interview, and you're going to hear how Phillip became such a good sight reader, his process of recording pieces for his YouTube channel, what tools he uses, how he chooses pieces for the YouTube channel, and more. So let's play that interview.
Yes, I mean, I had to do exams like everybody else, but in my early days, when I was about 12, I used to like sight reading so much that I would go and play through piles of music that I could get hold of, rather than studying the pieces I should have been playing for my exams. So I didn't get good marks for, in fact, I failed at the British grade 5 the first time I took it, but I got a merit when I retook it. But no, it's because I just didn't like working on the same pieces all the time.
Yes, I can definitely relate to that. Yeah, I did a few exams here in Australia, like equivalent to, you know, ABRSM, but yeah, doing 3-4 pieces a year is, it's not enough for me, you know. I need a lot more. So I guess you feel the same. You need variety, right?
So what I was saying was that if I were a teacher, I'd get people to learn the exam pieces up front, do some work on them, then I'd get them to put them aside and do some other music, and then take them up again just a few weeks before the exam, because I think you just become stale if you learn the same pieces for 3 months.
What do you think made you want to sight read so much as a child?
Well, I just wanted to hear different music. And of course, when I was growing up, there were only gramophone records, and whatever was played on the British classical music station. There was one British classical music station, and there were gramophone records, and that was it. So if you wanted to hear anything else, you had to play it yourself.
Right, that's a good point. Wow, okay.
I had an aunt who had a grand piano in her living room with a pile of music that had belonged to her mother-in-law. And whenever we went to visit my aunt, my mother would sit in the kitchen talking with the aunt, and I would go straight to the piano and just sit and do my best to play through all the music there.
Okay.
That's probably where I first started doing lots of sight reading. I mean, I didn't play it very well. I wasn't a good player at that time at all.
Okay. So it was more like curiosity.
Yes, that's exactly right. I play through lots of music even now. And for every piece I play on my YouTube channel, there's probably 5 or 6 pieces that I never record, either because I don't like them or because they don't suit me. But I do try an awful lot. I could never have imagined 50 years ago that so much music would be available to play.
Yeah, it's incredible the amount of composers you play on your channel that I
Yeah.
haven't heard of. It's
Well, the good
incredible.
thing is that so many of those composers, their sheet music would barely have been available here in Britain 50 years ago when I started, but particularly American music. I mean, it may have been published or sold here, but certainly wouldn't be many copies. So it's been great to be able to look at music in the French National Library and various American university collections, all of which are online. And now I also go to the British Library as well. They haven't put much online, but they have a gigantic collection, and you can order books, and I can take my powerful phone and I can scan things and then bring them back home to play.
Wow, that's great.
Yes. Yes, the National Australian Library is very good, actually. That's got quite a few scores on it.
Yeah, okay, I should check those out. So it's all available digitally?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I play from a, I've used various things, but I can show it to you. Yes, I play from an iPad 12.9, iPad Pro. And I use an app called Calypso, which will automate the page turning.
Oh, okay. So how does it work?
All you have to do is, I'll see if I can get it up and show you. I might even be able to show you it, actually. It's probably very hard to see, but there's a little bar that's going across the music.
Yeah.
And you program in the bars and you program in the tempo, and you can keep changing it. And when it gets to the end of a page, it will show you the next line of the next page. So you're never thinking what's over the page. You can see the bar will drop down and show you the top of the next page, which is fantastic for sight reading because you know what's coming.
Wow, that's great. You just have to, keep going.
It's not a very well-known app, but it is the one that works. I mean, there are plenty of other music turning apps that you can use a Bluetooth pedal for, and that's fine. But the only problem with that is you can't easily use the soft pedal when you're also turning the page with the Bluetooth pedal.
Yes. Yeah, I have one of those pedals, and yes, the problem is the
they
soft
are
pedal.
excellent, and I use them for choral accompanying as well, because there I don't know what speed the conductor is going to go, and so I can't really use the app that turns the pages automatically. But no, I'm all for digital music because it saves me having piles of paper. I wouldn't like to have to print out all the music that I've played on YouTube.
Yeah. So how do you go about choosing pieces for YouTube? Is it kind of random? How do you do it?
Pretty random, actually. It's what comes up, what I've been looking at recently. Sometimes people send me things and ask me to play them or request things, and I will certainly consider those. I always look through what is new on IMSLP, because there's a page that shows recent editions. And you can look through that, and if I see anything interesting, I can see that coming along. I look at what the French National Library has been putting up, because they put hundreds of scores up sometimes. That's the main source, really. But obviously, there's a lot of music I've collected in the past and never played, or maybe there are suites of pieces where I've played one or two, and I'll go back years later and play more pieces from those.
How do you keep track of the pieces you've played and those you haven't? Do you have a system for that?
It is very difficult, actually, because I've been doing it now for 14 years, and occasionally I will re-record a piece, forgetting that I recorded it 10 years ago, because I played so many different pieces, I can't necessarily remember them. All I can remember is when I sit down to play a piece I played 10 years ago, it seems very familiar and easy for me to play. So that leaves me wondering. I sometimes have to check, but unfortunately, there's no easy way to catalogue what I've got on my channel. That is a problem. I think I think you can sign up to things like TubeBuddy, and there are tools, but it's quite expensive to do that, and that might help you sort them. And I'm sure that over fullness of time, YouTube will come up with new ways of doing it. But otherwise, I just have to look at the YouTube video manager, type in the name of a composer and just check what I've played by him, or look for a keyword or something.
Okay.
So I do occasionally record things that I've played before, but it doesn't really matter, because it might be interesting for people to see how I play a piece now and how I played it 10 years ago. And certainly the sound quality is better now, because I use a much better microphone and camera.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt to play the pieces again, right?
No, exactly. I mean, the top artists play the same pieces all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So what's your process for learning the piece then? Or are you sight reading on the spot?
My process for learning the piece is, it depends on what it is. If it's a very easy piece, I can quite easily learn it and record it in a session. I mean, I play it through. What I normally do is I play it through once. If I think I like it, I will then count the bars and set up the automatic page turning on it. And then I'll play through it 2 or 3 times. Then I'll stop the page turning and go back and work on difficult pieces. And if it's, as I say, if it's an easy piece, I might well record it then. But if it's a hard piece, I mean, like Romanza by David Vaughan Thomas that I uploaded yesterday, I mean, pieces like that, I will go back over for a week or 2, and I'll keep going back to them and doing a bit of work on them, because the notes are difficult to read, full stop. And sometimes when you scan them, they may be slightly blurry as well. I mean, I try and do good scans, but not everybody does. And the things that make sight reading really difficult are, we've got key changes at the end of lines. That's very easy to miss those. You have a change of key at the end of a line. You don't often see it. And the other thing is ties. Ties are the hardest thing, because sometimes they're very short. They're very often lined up with the staves, so it's really hard to see them. And certainly in romantic music, you get whole sequences where you've got loads of chords, sometimes tied, sometimes not. Sometimes it's inconsistent. You'll have ones when at the beginning of a piece, a note will be tied over, and the same passage comes up at the end and it's not. And you have to take a view and decide what you think the composer wanted. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter a lot, because you can't always easily hear whether you repeat a tied note. And if you were playing the organ, it would sound anyway.
Yeah, right.
But that is the thing that I find trickiest, and that slows me up learning things, tied notes. It's very good practice. I don't do it. I should do, to go through a score and then just cross out in red ink, if it's your own copy, the tied over note where it's tied to, that you can see that you don't have to play it. I think that's quite good practice. And I would do that if I was studying a piece for an exam or a competition or something like that.
Well, those were samples taken from a 45-minute interview with Phillip Sear. This interview is one of many more to come, and the good news with these interviews is that they are all recorded, so the replays are available for all members of the Sight Reading Club. So once you join, you will have access to those recordings as well. The Sight Reading Club is not open at the moment, but it will reopen very soon. So if you would like to be the first person notified when the doors open again, then I suggest you join the waitlist at the address here. Well, if you haven't already done so, I would go over to Phillip Sear's channel and subscribe so that you can hear all types of music you've probably never heard before. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Happy sight reading!